Here at Connecting America, we're all about connecting with people. That's part of our mission. What happens when you make it your mission to meet actually 10,000 people just to connect? Our guest, Rob Lawless, is doing just that. He's here to connect with Mark and me right now. Thanks for being here, Rob. Thanks for making the trip from Philadelphia. We appreciate that. How did you get this idea, and where and when did it start?
So I'm a Penn State grad, and I was super involved when I was a student. And I realized in school that the connections I was making were driving more of my fulfillment than what I was learning in the classroom. And I studied finance, went into consulting for Deloitte. And suddenly you get into the real world, and I feel like no one knows how to make friends anymore as an adult because it's all agenda driven. We don't have genuine connection. So I thought if one interaction can totally change your life, which has happened for me many times, what happens if you introduce yourself to 10,000 different people? What does that do for you? And so there's no end goal with the project. It's really what happens when you do this input 10,000 times, and what does that naturally unfold into? So a lot of it is driven by my curiosity of just what happens when you meet people. And what I've seen over the last 10 years, it's a lot of really cool things happen.
And we're seeing your Instagram posts here. You post when you meet 10,000, some of these 10,000 people. It's not just a short meeting. You make it a goal to spend some time with each and every person.
That's right. So I spend 1 hour one-on-one with every single person. And to date, I've met 7,200 people.
Wow.
Now that goal of 10,000 people, that's a lot of people. Where are you connecting with these people? Traveled America, traveled the world?
Sure. So I started the project in Philly. I ended up living in LA for a year and a half with a friend who was hosting me. I lived in Hoboken for 9 months. When COVID happened, so I'd met 3,259 people all in person before COVID. And then you can't meet people in person during COVID. So I took the project online. I've since met people from over 90 different countries around the world. And I travel around as a keynote speaker. I talk about the value of intentional human connection. That has taken me to India. It's taken me to Germany. I spoke on a 6-day cruise. I did not get sick, luckily. So I got to meet people in all of these locations, which was really cool.
What's been one of your most memorable experiences that came out of a meeting?
So I went lobster diving with this guy, Zach King. Now, if you're not familiar with Zach King, he is a content creator. He's got like over 100 million followers across all of his platforms. And he saw my project on TikTok, and he said, why don't you come out to LA? We'll go lobster diving. So 7 p.m. in the dark on a Wednesday night, we threw on a wetsuit and got a little flashlight, went into the harbor and tried to catch lobsters with our bare hands.
How did you do? Because it's looking like that's a nice looking lobster on your place
Yeah,
there.
so that's his friend Aaron. He came with us, and we caught probably 4 lobsters and went over to Aaron's place afterwards, cooked them up, had a nice dinner. But yeah, I mean, I've had so many experiences through the journey I otherwise wouldn't have had. I've gained so much perspective on where I fit into the spectrum of life paths. So it's been an incredibly rewarding journey.
Now, besides learning something about how to catch lobster, is there a common theme about what you're learning with your connections with people?
The biggest thing I've learned is no one really knows what they're doing with their lives. Everyone is just doing the best they can with the resources that they have. And that has put me at ease a lot of the time. I think with social media, and a lot of people struggle with comparison culture. They think everyone but me has their life figured out. Everyone but me knows what they want to do in their career. And I've just realized it's no one, including you, knows what they're doing. So I used to think of confidence as people that don't have insecurities. And now I think of confidence as people who just walk alongside their insecurities.
Are you staying in touch with some of these 7,000 plus that you've met so far? Or, is it that hour-long experience and then you move on to the next one?
I just see it as opening the door. And so while I do move on to the next one, I do keep in touch with a lot of the people from the past. So, for example, I had a cocktail party for 15 people in my apartment in Philadelphia who were all part of my project. I was on Kelly Clarkson's talk show in 2019, and the entire audience was filled with people that I had met through my journey. So they all got to come together and meet each other. And I've connected other people from my journey with each other when it's beneficial for them. So 2 girls in the Netherlands who are American expats one was struggling to make friends. I introduced the 2 of them. They became friends.
We want you to meet Trish, our favorite server
Hey,
here.
Trish, how's it going?
I think I've seen you on TikTok, dude.
Oh, no way.
I'm pretty sure I saw you just meet people and go hang out with them, right?
That's what I do, yeah.
I've seen it. It's my
Yeah.
husband and I were watching.
If you spend an hour with Trish, Rob, we guarantee it's going to be memorable, and you're going to learn a lot of new things because every time and Trish sits down at the table with us, we learn
Right.
something new and interesting.
Yeah. Well, I already learned she has one headband for every day of October.
It's starting. They're starting mild. It's very mild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets more crazy up until I dress like an actual 50s waitress on Halloween.
Okay.
Rob,
See?
how do people find you? And if they want to try to make a connection with you through this mission,
Sure.
where do they go?
So they can follow me. I'm on Instagram at Rob's 10K Friends, and that's where I share every story of the people that I've met. And if they want to meet with me, just shoot me a DM, and we'll find time.
Where's your next stop? Do you have any plans?
Well, I'm speaking in Vegas on Monday, Dallas on Tuesday, New York on Wednesday.
All right, Rob Lawless, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Nice to connect with you and everybody here.
Nice to meet
great
you,
to meet you
Rob.
too. Yeah.